might want to jump in a swimming pool or jump in the lake, but don't jump in the fountains.
I was just going to say, it is a great day to get in the water, but not the fountains.
Chin Ming Wong takes over in the top of the 8th inning to face Jose Abreu, Brett Lawrie, and Alex Avila.
2.70 ERA, he'll take it. And you know, Wong, he gets a lot of the mop-up role for the Royals, but if you ask him, he's thrilled to be a big league pitcher again. May not be a prominent spot, but you got to have a guy like him to come in, eat up some innings. It's not like he's got a 5 ERA like a lot of relievers do.
And he's pitched well recently, well, more than recently, in his last 10 outings. His ERA is under 1.6. Ooh, Cuthbert on a hot shot from Abreu. High throw. Hosmer handles it, and Abreu is 0 for 4.
And that's what he does. Sinker ballers down, brings the ground balls. Cuthbert having a nice day outside of that one misplay. And that was his first error of the year earlier in the game.
A strike to Brett Lawrie. On the ground to Cuthbert again, and he is unable to come up with it with a diving play, and Lawrie is 2 for 4. On the topic of the Royals bullpen, Royals today welcome back Chris Young from the disabled list. He was out with a forearm strain, so Brian Flynn has been optioned to AAA Omaha. Chris Young, for the time being, will pitch out of the bullpen. So Danny Duffy and Dylan G remain in the rotation, but Ned Yost did say before the game that he fully expects Chris Young to rejoin the starting rotation at some point this season. Low to Alex Avila. He has 2 hits and 2 runs scored. Was batting 182 when the game started, and now up over 200. 2 runs driven in for Alex Avila all year. .58 at bats.
Well, you know, in situations where runners are in scoring position, Avila needs to be a little bit more aggressive. Back in the bases were loaded back in Chicago against the Royals in the last series. The bases were loaded. He took 2 pitches, and that was it. Didn't swing the bat at all. And loaded up. It's almost like he was looking for a walk.
One and 2. Late movement. Called 3rd strike. 2 down in the 8th inning.
It's a great spot. Good 2-seam run.
That brings up Avisail Garcia. He turned in our Dodge drive of the game back in the 4th inning. And that Dodge drive of the game turned a 4-1 White Sox lead into a 6-1 White Sox lead.
Yeah, and you know that ball, it left in a hurry. 108 miles an hour on the hit speed.
And then that guy was sentenced to a long prison term for reaching over the railing. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, you know, he didn't actually plunge.
He's back.
Hey, hey. Sir, it's my wife's 30th.
I'll take that ball.
Okay.
Well, which ball? The one that he got out of the fountains, or the one that you have?
No, the one that he got out of the fountains. The minute he got it, he handed it to his wife, and then they came after him. But I didn't see him go in. He didn't take the plunge. I think he just leaned over the rail.
But the SWAT team came in and they were escorting him out of the stadium there for a while.
Sir, yes. All right. We're glad you're back. Yes, sir. You got your ball. Happy birthday to your wife. I'm glad you're here.
I mean, you can't arrest a guy when in his heart he was just trying to get a souvenir for his wife on her 30th birthday.
Right.
So cooler heads and wiser heads prevailed when it comes to Royal Security.
That's right.
Hats off to Royal Security.
There you go. All right. Cuthbert continues to show range to his right, to his left, coming in. No different today. And this nice relay. Lorenzo Cain. 8-6-5. Phantom tag. Got him. That was a beauty. And now Escobar picking up Infante there. Lost the ball in the sun. And that's a very spectacular routine play.
We've seen Escobar do that a few times. That's got to be an extremely difficult play for an infielder. A high pop up, looking up into the sky as you go into a feet first slide. I mean, your body's going down, but you have to keep your head up.
Right, but you know the angle that you see Infante with his glasses on now. That angle he had, though, he was directing his body towards the right field foul pole, so he was looking away from the sun. That's a good angle he took. And there's nothing worse, really. Not just the guy who loses the ball in the sun, but for Escobar, he panics and goes, "Oh no, I got to get over there."
Oh, 2 on Tyler Saladino, the number 9 hitter. He had a 3-run home run with 2 outs, and the count 0-2, and the White Sox 4-run second inning. Cuthbert is out, Escobar is out, and it's going to drop. Saladino is 2 out of 4.
I guarantee you when that ball left Saladino's bat, he says, "Fall. I want to knock." Been hitting some balls hard this year and they've caught every one of them. He'll take that one. Good effort. Just no one can get to that one.
And that brings up Adam Eaton. Adam Eaton typically is a thorn in the Royals side. But this year, he is 3 out of 18 against the Royals. He has not scored a run. He has not driven in a run. So overall, having a pretty good year so far, but the Royals have really pitched him well.
Monty had a few words for guys like that. He uses a grommet or a guy who's a gnat. He's a flea. You know, they pest. They pest you. And, you know, they're pesty and they bother you. And this guy's a good player. Hustles. Whenever you can keep him down like that, you're doing something well.
Two balls, 1 strike. Yordano Ventura allowed all 7 runs. He did give the Royals 7 innings. He did not allow an earned run over his last 3 innings. And then Chin-Ming Wong took over in the 8th. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And if Wong can finish off the White Sox here in the 9th inning, that's a moral victory for the Royals, in that they allow 7 runs and only have to use 2 pitchers.
I agree.
Popped up. Wong wants it.
Oh, watch it.
Ow.
Oh, man, here come Cuthbert. And he looked like he gave Salvi a Charlie horse in his thigh. Oh, man. I thought Cuthbert was looking at Salvi and was going to back off, but he just kept coming for that ball.
Well, you're right, Hud. It did look like he went into the thigh.
Okay, with his forearm and elbow right there. And you hope that that left leg was off the ground so it didn't, the spike wasn't caught, so it didn't affect the knee, but we'll see.
And Salvi is rubbing his left thigh as he gets to his feet. But he's going to have to be helped off the field. And Cuthbert is coming in with his left shoulder and elbow, but to get hit like that when you're not expecting it,
yeah, see
and it did bend his knee back some.
We'll see. So whenever there's a collision and your foot is planted in the ground, just wondered if he's able. It looked like he just was able to get off of his left foot before that impact. Well, we knew that Chien-Ming Wang wasn't going to make the play.
Well, you know, I was thinking that. I don't want to make light of this because we have had some fun with pitchers not being allowed to catch pop-ups. You know, then maybe all teams need to start working on that with pitchers. That was an easy play for Chien-Ming Wang. But you got a catcher running out from home. You got a third baseman sprinting down from third. And if Chien-Ming Wang feels like he's allowed to make that play, he just calls everybody off. He's going straight to the ball. Otherwise, you got two guys coming in from the side.
Well, the way the game is changing so much, you know, we're way away from the old school days. Why not start mixing your pitchers in? Pop-ups. That's an old term in baseball. Don't let the pitcher catch a pop-up. Old school. Now you could hear a pin drop at the K.
Two 2-0 on Austin Jackson. That's a delicate area for Salvador Perez. Remember, in 2012 in spring training, he had surgery on that left knee, so we hope for the best. But again, getting back to the fear element of it, getting hit that hard and in an area where he's already had surgery. So a player gets hit in an area where he's been hurt before, and it's easy in their mind right away to assume the worst. Three and one on Austin Jackson. Line to center field, and Kane runs it down. 2 away. What would happen, just out of curiosity, Hud, you played some third base. What would happen on a play like that? And I'm not pinning this on Wong at all. It's a 7-1 game. It's a foul ball. And just take the Royals out of the equation here. Any pitcher. If any pitcher just starts screaming, "I've got it," on a play like that, do the catcher and third baseman even listen to him?
It just depends on the location and where you are and where the play is. Lots of times the third baseman or catcher, they can't even get to a play like that, so they're going to yield and let the guy catch the ball. But on that play there, the ball wasn't hit all that high. Both guys are running. Cuthbert has priority over Salvi, so he was just coming after it. But I heard Salvi's voice more than I did Cuthbert. And Cuthbert on a full head of steam there. Sometimes as you're going for the ball, you'll glance down and see where the catcher is, and you can see that he's watching the ball. You might back off, but it was similar to Moose and Gordon. Moose saw.